couple of them I already talked about. So, and that is, well, let me get to those. We've had some. First of all, we've had some price increases. So the Bronco Raptor's gone up yet again, $5,000 this time. So they're trying to encourage people not to get a Raptor, evidently. What's going to really happen is a lot of dealers are marking theirs up, including us. They're Raptors, and what Ford's like, we want that money. Why are the dealers getting it? Because they really don't care about that dealer. They care about our dealers a little bit because that's who sells the vehicles. But they see that dealers marking these up, and they want some of that. So they figure if they raise the price, they get the $5,000, and then the dealers will have to lower their markup over the MSRP. That's the way I look at it. Probably what's happening. Anyway, also the Heritage Edition, the 2 doors are going up $1,050, and the 4 doors are going up $550. But you can't order a Heritage Edition right now. So, yeah. So you need to be price protected before these. So if you had an order in, if you got a Raptor order in or a Heritage Edition before April 10th, then you wouldn't have these. You shouldn't have these, and of course, unless your dealership is, well, not a cool dealer, then you're going to have it. All right, some other price increases. We had some price increases on the medium truck, and that's like your 650s and 750s. They call it a medium truck. The base series went up $300, and the destination and delivery went up $200. E-series went up. The base trim went up $250. The motorhome prep package for the 138-inch wheelbase single rear wheel went up $385. The dually went up $75. And then, actually, the dually decreased. It went down. That's the first time I've seen it decrease. Decreased $75. So it went down. So you want the prices are going cheaper is on the E-Series. And then price increase on the motorhome prep kit package on the 158-inch wheelbase. The single wheel went up $265. The dually went up $15. Got to get that last $10 and $5 there to $15. Okay, and then the 176-inch wheelbase on the dually went up $15 as well. So, but they did decrease. Oh, they decreased the discount package, $705 on the 138-inch wheelbase, and discounted the 158-inch wheelbase discount $825, and then this 176-inch wheelbase $735. So not a lot of things. We don't ever order an E-Series or a medium truck, but for those dealers are out there or customers, there you go. Transit, they increased all low roof rear-wheel drive series $1,000. Also increased all low roof all-wheel drive series $500. All medium roof rear-wheel drives went up $750. All medium roof all-wheel drives went up $250. And all your high roof rear-wheel drives went up $500, and then all your cutaway chassis cabs rear-wheel drives went up $500. So there you go. Now, order bank is closing on the 23 Expedition. So that's happening tomorrow. So if you want a 23 Expedition order, you need to get in tomorrow. That is the cutoff for that. COVP, you get another week after that, so the 19th. Speaking of Expedition, somebody actually emailed you earlier. I think you were asking me last week about, or maybe that was on Monday, maybe it was yesterday, about the Expedition with the trailer tow prep package.
Yes.
Right? All right, so here's all the details on this. Basically, it's a stop build. So if you have the trailer tow prep package, that basically gets you the hitch, the wiring, and the trailer sway control on the limited 302A, 303A, 304A, Timberline 501A, and King Ranch 400A. You will not be able to get one for the rest of the 23 model year production. So basically, the way it reads is on October 20th of last year, 2022, we reinstituted a stop build on the 23 Expedition for limited 302, 303, 304, and the Timberline 501 King Ranch 400 series containing the trailer tow prep package. They thought it would only last till March or April, but we have resolved the technical problem causing the non-buildable condition. However, we cannot implement the solution until we change over to 24 model year. So no 23 model year orders containing the trailer tow prep pack on the affected series will be scheduled or built for the remainder of the model year. So you have two options basically. You can either add the heavy-duty trailer tow package if you have that. So if you have a limited with either the 302A, 303, or 304A, or Timberline with the 501A, or the King Ranch with the 400A, you have to add the heavy-duty trailer tow package or it will not get scheduled for production. So it's necessary. Or you can wait till 24 model year and get it without it. So those are the two. That's the way you want to do that. So anyway, of course, I've been telling you about almost every week that's been an issue, but there you go. All right. And then there's been an update to the Inflation Reduction Act on your EVs. So if you've been wanting an EV and, normally we've been getting a $7,500 tax credit, here are the updates to that. So any Ford and Lincoln retail EV and plug-in hybrid customers who take delivery between January 1st of 23 and April 17th of 23 may be eligible for the tax credits of up to $7,500, subject to the MSRP, of course, and the income caps. So about all the SUVs have to be under $80,000. Like the Lightning has to be under 80, the Mach-E under 80, that kind of thing. Now, starting April 18th, those credits will change, of course, subject to MSRP and income caps, of course. So here's the breakdown as of April 18th. The Lightning will still get $7,500 tax credit. The Mustang Mach-E is going to be $3,750, and the E-Transit will be $3,750, so that's $3,750. All your plug-ins, your Ford Escape plug-in hybrid, your Lincoln Corsair Grand Touring, your Lincoln Aviator Grand Touring. Actually, take that back. The plug-ins, the Escape and the Corsair will be $3,750, but the Lincoln Aviator stays at $7,500. So those will be the breakdown for that. So that is an update and change to that. So if you're wanting to get one of those, just so you know, if you take delivery of your Mach-E after April 18th or later, then it's not going to be $7,500 tax credit. So want to make sure everybody knows about that. As well as the E-Transit. But the Lightning still stays for now. So, all right. Something else that was announced today is that there is a plant in Canada, the Oakville plant, where they're making the Nautilus and the Edge, is going to be turned into an electric facility. So they're investing 1.8 billion Canadian dollars in its Oakville assembly complex to transform it into a high-volume hub for electric vehicle manufacturing in Canada. So it says the campus is to be renamed the Oakville Electric Vehicle Complex. Will begin to retool and modernize in the second quarter of 2024 to prepare for production of next-gen EVs. So we don't know what it's going to be yet, but I assume it's going to be sold in the U.S. market. So we could be having a reel coming up here pretty soon. Who knows? It says the current 487-acre Oakville site includes 3 body shops, 1 paint building, 1 assembly building. The transformed campus will feature a new 407,000 square foot on-site battery plant that will utilize cells and arrays from the Blue Oval SK Battery Park in Kentucky. Oakville workers will take these components and assemble battery packs that will then be installed in vehicles assembled on site. So, and I love how it says arrays, which means 2 different ones, which I'm actually about ready to talk about. So it does say there's a couple different things that we need to know that's ramping up here. One of them is that they're building an all-new EV manufacturing ecosystem in West Tennessee called Blue Oval City, the home of the battery plant and the future home of Ford's next-gen EV pickup. Together with 2 battery plants in Kentucky, these sites will create 11,000 new U.S. jobs and expected to begin production in 2025. Ford is building a lithium iron phosphate battery plant in Marshall, Michigan. Production is slated to begin in 2026 with 2,500 employees. One thing they said is Ford could be the first auto manufacturer to commit to building both types of batteries, the lithium iron phosphate and the nickel cobalt magnesium batteries in the U.S. So they're giving you 2 options on certain vehicles. So that's kind of exciting. So, all right. We thought the Edge was going away, and it looks like the Edge and Nautilus could be going away, because in that same plant that they build that, they're going to be building an EV, it sounds like. So there you go. All right. That's all our dealer news updates. Actually, you know what? I'm going to throw this next thing into dealer news updates as well, and that is the order guide changes. So I found this week 3 order guides that got updated since it was last Tuesday, and we weren't here, so I didn't get that. So, a couple changes. The Bronco Sport has an update. The only thing that they really changed, I should mention this, I think last week, was that the Black Diamond Off-Road package is a late availability, along with the underbody protection, which also is included in the Black Diamond package. So, it looks like the underbody protection is a late availability. I actually wanted to order one of these for the dealership since we don't have any that many Bronco Sport retail orders, but we can't order it right now. So it's a late availability. We don't know when we're going to be able to do that. Also, the Mach-E order guide updated to now the Blue Cruise is being switched and updated to the Blue Cruise 1.2. That gives you the lane change assist, the in-lane repositioning, and the predictive speed assist. So I'm I'm really excited about those. I can't wait until some of the other vehicles get the update to that as well. So that'll be pretty cool. And then the Mustang Mustang order guide updated as well, and they said that they added the wording accent stitched center console lid included with the 2.3 liter performance package on the 100, 101A, and 200A, and on the GT performance package for the 300, 301, and 400A. So I think they had omitted the accent stitching on the center console, so that's been added to that. And then also the revised the accent stitched center console lid being standard on the Dark Horse 600A. And then they also revised the seat description to reflect that as well for the Dark Horse. So there you go. So not much, just a few things. But I always like to examine that and see if there's something that is new and changed on there. And so that's what I found. All right.
So quick question.
Yes.
With a plug-in hybrid, I want to make sure plug-in hybrid could charge substantially.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'd be fine with a 110. You don't need a 220.
No, I mean I charge my full electric on a 110 outlet.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, but you don't need
correct right now.
a 220 because it's not going to need as much power as a full EV.
No. Plug-ins are a much smaller battery, and so because the range isn't near as in a full EV mode, the range isn't as far, so it doesn't take as much to charge it. Yeah. And so a 240, it's going to probably charge in like an hour or two. So even a 110 would probably charge overnight or 8-10 hours or something at the most. So no, you can use a 110.
And since you do have the gas to fall back on.
Yes. So that's what's great about the plug-in is that you can go in all EV mode. You can switch it over to an EV mode and just drive it like an EV around town. And then you have hybrid available when available.
Unless you're, traveling 20 minutes to work or 30 minutes to work, like in New York. Mm-hmm. But that's a lot of stop and go.
Yep.
So you should be good there. But like around here, you don't use. You wouldn't use much around town. It's mainly that you're going to see the battery usage on traveling to and from big cities, highway.
Well, you would use the battery. You would want to go in EV mode around town.
Right, that's what I mean.
Yeah, when you go on highway, you would flip it from a full EV mode to like a hybrid. Because, the hybrid needs that gas on the highway to more
but
likely.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. But, yes, so that's what's great about that.
That's because I'm not looking at it.
And I do encourage we were fortunate with the Lightning that we could get from here to Kansas City without any issues. And then we actually got a charger at Kansas City, which was nice.
That was nice.
And then when we left, we noticed there were a lot of plug-in hybrid vehicles plugged into those. It's like, if you're a plug-in hybrid, leave the plugging in on the go for plug-in for the full EV vehicles. That would be a nice respect for others. So I encourage people to do that.
You don't necessarily need your EV to be fully charged.
But it's a good, what somebody had mentioned. I listened to the Inside EV podcast. It's the plug-in is a great introduction to somebody that's new to it. So if they're nervous about range anxiety and such, then go ahead and
how's that?
And
I think that's
that'll
better.
Probably work. You can go with a plug-in hybrid, because then you can learn how to start using the plugging in and that kind of stuff, and the full EV, and you kind of learn some of those things.
I really think it's the next step to full EV. It's plug-in. Plug-in is your next step to EV. So if you want to start getting into that world, kind of dip your toes in, start with a plug-in. Especially if you're nervous about going full EV. I think for me, my next step will be a plug-in, or because I have experience with a full EV, I could go full EV immediately, but I think I would probably stick with going with a plug-in first, just to test it for myself.
Yeah, we got we were fully charged when we got off the airplane, and then we drove all the way home.
Yeah,
and
I
had like 60 miles left because we didn't need to stop. We just kept going. But I did go 70 on the way back.
Yeah.
If I'd gone 75, we might have had to stop in Topeka, but.
Yeah. But
anyway.
I mean, it helped because Lebo's like, "Hey, I need you home. Please don't stop and charge. Can you make it on one?" I'm like, "We sure can."
I probably could have made it going 75. And weather has a lot to do with
Yes.
it. Between the weather and the speed that I went, I think it made a difference. All right.
Yeah.